Hello, Internet. You failed me today. How was that? How did I fail you, Sean? Because I was looking for pictures or a video or something of how to take apart an OXO salt or pepper grinder. There wasn't one picture. The only thing you showed me was how to take the bottom off, which you have to do anyways to refill it, to clean it. So you dump your pepper out, you put, I don't remember, salt or something else, rock salt, and then run it through, and that's it. That doesn't clean it out. I want it clean. Clean, all the way clean, like brand new clean. Because what if you get it dirty? And I don't mean just like using it for a long time and it gets, it's gross. I'm talking like you accidentally drop it in the sink full of dirty dishwater. You're not using it again after that without cleaning it. Well, guess what? You can't clean it. You can't take it apart. Except that you can. It was hard. And I'm going to put pictures of how I took it apart, but it'll make more sense watching it go together. So, let's start with putting it back together. You want to make sure everything is really, really, really dry, obviously. You don't want any water in this, is what I reckon, because it'll just make your pepper all wet and cakey and clumpy and gross, and ooh, maybe it'll get mildewy. Ugh, you don't want any of that. So, getting this thing here off from this was the hardest part of this whole deal. You might need an extra set of hands because you're going to need 2 screwdrivers. There's 3 tabs, it's all plastic, and these 3 tabs fit into those 3 tabs, but once they're down and on, they fit into a groove. So, and I bent it and made it pretty ugly, but you know what? It's better than throwing it away and having to buy a new one. Because what are these, 60 bucks? Maybe they were when I bought them, I don't know. So I used a little skinny, very thin flathead screwdriver first, put it in, wedged in, held it against my belly, got a larger screwdriver, wedged in the rest of the way, and then pried up. It's pretty thick. This is heavy duty, kind of squishy, so you're not gonna shouldn't tear it up. Whatever. It's your pepper grinder. If you break it, I mean, that stuff happens. Part of the fun, though, right? All right. So all this has been washed off with nice soapy, clean water. Soap and soap, water, soap. So I'm going to start. Here it is, this thing. That should stay in place once we get it going. This goes there. How does this stay together, you ask? Well, the little bits and bobs that you took off earlier is how it stays together. This thing goes next. This is your grindy, selecty deal. Be sure to put it on the right side with the dots, the little knob with the dots, because you can put it wherever you want and it'll still work, but you won't know well, you'll figure it out, whatever. Anyways, put it together the same way it came apart. Then you put this thing on top. No, I feel like I'm already forgetting something. I believe this goes, see that little black ring? That's from the spring. That goes there. The spring fits in this round hole there. Yeah, looks good to me. And then you put this thing on, lined up the correct way, the selector doodaddy. And then you put this thing on. Oh, this is so much easier than it was coming up. Ah! Don't do that. Okay, don't lose your stuff. This doesn't go on yet, but it will in a minute. So there's 3 screws, there's 3 holes. All right, 1, 2, 3. They go in those. There's a little baby screws. It's a Phillips #1, which I have with my cool screwdriver with an extension so it can reach all the way down in there. And that gives you more to hold on to. And is it magnetic? No. But let's see. Hey, you know what? We don't even need this thing in there yet. That's just making this hard. So let's screw these bits together first. Probably do it upside down, or right side up rather. And then, yeah, there we go. If you have a magnetic screwdriver head, that'll make that a lot easier. But it's still not too bad. You just got to use all the fingers you got. And like anything else, don't screw it in tight until they're all started, because you never know if you'll need to do some wiggling or finagling or whatever to get things to go in and nice and tight. There we go. All right, so there's that one. Tighten them down all snug to start with, and then give them a little extra oomph. And then you will have your doo-woppy. Is it too tight? Because that's not moving. Don't over tighten it, because then you'll have to just there we go. Alright, so don't over tighten it. Then you put this bad boy in there. Alright, hold it down. Then you get this little round gear looking deal. It's got some teeth that should point up this way, because you're gonna need this little circle groove to hold this little white thing, and then this thing goes on top of this and this over this square rod and press fits to hold it all together. So we put this in first, and then you can use a clean Q-tip or your screwdriver if you don't mind it being inside your pepper grinder. Alright, so there's that. Here's this little white thing. Just tap it, and that's not working. There we go. Okay, so this is, you might need an extra set of hands. Oh no, you know what? You use this and you just push down. You have to push against the thing that pokes the rod up, so that way you can get it all the way down in there. And you have to hold it under tension the whole time. Then you put this thing back on there, and hopefully it's not ruined from when you pulled it apart earlier. Flatten it out. Yeah, that way, because there's little notches on this square rod, and when they go on those notches, they're going to bend this thing. Anyways, I need I need a long round metal tube that I can smash against that square thing. Okay, so where was that? Alright, so this thing, the thing goes in the hole in the thing like this. After you put the thing in, I was holding it together and saying, oh man, I need a way to hold everything down while I hammer it together. That just goes down like that. And remember, you have to keep this rod pushed up. That's why it's on top of the base and I'm holding down hard. Alright, then I take the little metal tab that I already smash to make flat. Okay. So what I need next is a big ballpoint. Let's take the front off. Take the back off. Cut the back off, because it'll still work as a ballpoint even if the back is off. All right, and then this is what you're going to use, to hammer that little metal tab into place. Oh, it worked. Let me see. Okay, so the spring and all the things in there are doing what they're supposed to do. Oh, feels good. Okay, cool. There's that. Now, what's left? There's only 2 pieces left. Yeah, this is getting easy. We're almost done. All right, so yay to Bic for the ballpoint trick. You can still use the pen later. All right, so next step is these tabs go like this. All right, then you're gonna put your hand on top and paper towel on top, get your wood. Let's test it, because if it works, that's it. Hey! It spins, the thingy spins. And it's like clean, like brand new. All I gotta do now, load it with pepper, put the little lid on there, bam-a-lam. Let's go get some pepper and see if it actually works. Red Light Roastery. They made the decaf that I'm drinking today. It's delicious, and I love it, and they're awesome people. Okay, so here we have peppercorn. Okay, give it a little. Give it a little test now. It's on. Let's put on fun. Whoa! Let's put on coarse, really coarse. Whoa! Yay! Well, I hope this helps you take apart and clean your pepper grinder so you can continue to get many, many years of use out of it. All right, now I gotta go make pins. All right, let's see how to take this thing apart. First, take the bottom off. That's easy. Next, pry the bottom off. Shove in a skinny flathead screwdriver. Pry it up as much as you can. Shove in a fatter flathead screwdriver. Pry it all the way off. It is hard, but you can do it. I believe in you. Then you take out the 3 screws from the inside of the container thing. Next, you're going to pry off the top of the pepper grinder with the fat flathead screwdriver right there underneath the selector ring where the red arrows point. The white arrow shows you the metal ring that you're going to be fighting against. That thing's held on to a little notch in the square rod, and you're basically just going to pull and pry the lid off, the top of the grinder off, until you bend that thing enough to get it off. There's the selector knob. You can take it off next, and then you can take the top off, and then you're left with the square rod attached to the grinder head thingy and a spring. And there's your grinder and rod and a couple bits. And that's it. Then you just have to watch the video to see how to put it back together. Bye!